Okay, so this is going to be my first video. It's going to be a quick one. You're going to hear me talk a lot about mom and mommy and stuff like that. And I'll have to say, I'm gearing it towards new moms and moms with not a lot of time. But that doesn't mean that if you're not a mom, this is not going to apply to you, because I think that most women are very busy and have very little time for themselves, regardless of what their lifestyle is. So I'm hoping that this can be helpful for anyone with a busy schedule. Now, I'm going to do an eye look today. This is going to involve just 3 brushes. So I have my MAC 224, which is just a domed fluffy brush for blending. A very similar one, I don't even know what the name of this is. I got it at a makeup show. If you can see, it's very similar to the 224, but it's a little more tapered on the end, so it gets into the crease really nicely. And then a MAC 239 for packing on color, and then I also like to use the thin edge for sliding underneath and also blending the liner on top. A pencil brush would also work very well for that, but what I like about the 239 is you can also do the packing of the color, so you get multiple uses. A big theme in this tutorial and all these like mommy tutorials that I want to do is having minimal products and tools with maximum benefits, because you don't want to be lugging around a lot of stuff. You don't want to be buying a lot of stuff. For so many reasons, you want to make this as simple as possible. So let's start with the look, and I will show you the products as I use them. And I'm going to be doing a very light gray, easy, wearable look. Start by packing the 239, this pale gray color on the lid. This is called All Races, and this came out from the MAC, I think All Ages, All Races, All Sexes, something like that, about a year ago. And I really didn't use much of this palette until recently, and I'm just kind of getting it out and playing with it now. You can use really anything that's similar to your skin color. It's not going to be a huge color change, as you can see. So I'm just packing that on all over the lid just until I get to the crease. So I'm not coming above here, as you can see. Packing it on, smoothing it out, packing it on, smoothing it out. Then what I'm going to do is take this domed brush, and I'm going to dip it in this pale lavender color. These are very cool colors. So I'm going to just put the tip of my brush right in the crease, if you can see, and I'm just going to softly do some windshield wipers and some circles all across that crease. So for me, I have pretty deep set eyes, so my crease is like really easy to see where it is. If you have different eye shape than me, you're just going to adjust your technique accordingly. If you're possibly Asian, or you have hooded eyes, or for some reason that crease is not super evident, just find where you would like to draw it and just stick the tip there, and then just kind of do those windshield wiper motions and circle motions, nice and light. And the reason I'm choosing these really light colors is because they're so easy to work with when you're going fast. You don't have a ton of time to work with non-blendable colors. So there you go. I'm just putting that in there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my liner, and today I'm just using a black skinny liner. This happens to be a CoverGirl liner. Anything, this is the Perfect Point Plus, but anything that's skinny and black, or you might just take a black crayon and sharpen it to a nice point. It's going to go on the top of the lashes, just kind of poking that little point between my lash line, not worrying about getting a really perfect line. It's not about that. It's just getting that color between the lashes. Messy is fine. We're going to go back and we're going to blend it out anyway. Okay, so you've got your liner on. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And also what you'll notice is that nobody's eyes are identical. I always notice that it's a challenge for me to get my eyes exactly the same, because our faces are not completely symmetrical. That's fine, nobody expects them to be. Then what I'm going to do is take that 239, I'm going to take the skinny edge. As you can see, it's got this nice little skinny edge. So we've got the color on where we packed it on the lid. I'm going to dip that skinny edge into my shimmery gray. Any kind of gray will do. A gunmetal color is also really nice. Urban Decay makes some really nice gunmetal grays that would work really well for this. This is called Hazy Day. This is from that matte collection that I talked about. And I'm just going to really just lightly put this over the black. I'm going to be smudging it out and kind of shimmering it up, so the black crayon will pick up the gray and it'll kind of fade it out, smoke it out. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. And I like to kind of just hold my eye closed and just kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there you go. And you can just check it out. How's it looking? And then what I'm going to do is wipe that brush off, and I'm going to go back with my first color, this color here on the quad, and I'm going to just pat that again on the lid so we get a nice, fresh canvas. I'm going to go back with my clean 224. This one has not been used yet, and I'm going to take this first color again. We're using this color a lot, and I'm just going to kind of diffuse all the edges with soft, soft, soft swirly strokes and make it look really diffused and polished and nice. Again, on the other side, tap it off, soft swirly strokes, really nice like that. Now I'm looking at my eyes and I'm thinking that I need a little bit on the bottom as well. So I'm going to take that same black pencil, anyone will do, and I'm going to get kind of really close to the lash line, not quite in the waterline, but it'll sort of smear in there a little bit on its own. That's fine. And I'm going to get right in the lashes, and I'm kind of just taking this point and I'm wiggling it between the lashes. That's why I chose this CoverGirl one, because it's a super skinny point and you can kind of get it in there without a lot of work. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm going to go back with my 239, dip it in that gray, Hazy Day again. Any gray will work. And I'm going to smudge it out. And I kind of like this, even though I'm a mom and I want to be a little conservative. No need really to be, but I like to have a little bit of a rock star effect in my looks, because just because I'm a mom doesn't mean I have to be frumpy and lame. So I feel like if I put a little bit of this under my eyes, I feel a little more cool. And then wherever that might have smeared a little bit, just go back with one of your fluffy brushes and just kind of take whatever might have come out to the side and just blend it right back in. Work with it, work with it. Now take a look at your work, see whatever you want to tweak, what you don't want to. Liking it because it's not perfect, it's a little bit lived in, it's a little smudgy. I can wear it during the day and it doesn't have to stay perfect. I'm not going to have a mirror and a compact on me all day, so I'm not going to be able to touch this up much. So we're going to go to mascara, and I'm just taking this CoverGirl mascara, which is the Lash Blast Fusion mascara. So I'll do one side, get all the lashes, wiggle, wiggle, top and bottom. And then I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll probably go back and forth maybe 5 times on each eye. I'm going to go back and forth a bunch of times, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm back. So I've got my mascara on, and I think that makes all the difference. Now, I probably spend as much time on my mascara as I do on the eyeshadow. That's just me. But what I did is I used 2 different mascaras. I used the CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion, and then I also used my MAC Zoom Lash in black. I use label makers because when you're grabbing products, sometimes don't know what it is. So that's what all these white tags are. Anyway, but the reason I use 2 is because every different mascara almost has a different formula, a different brush, a different goal that it says that it will deliver. So I like to use the Fusion because then I can get all my lashes coated. Then I go back with the Zoom and I really thicken them up, and then I go back again with the Fusion to separate them all, because the rubber wands are really good at the separation stuff. Now, you might be like, are you kidding me? I don't have time for that. So you might just choose one favorite mascara and put your mascara on, and that's it. But I love lashes, and I really don't like to wear fake lashes unless I absolutely have to. So that's why I do that. And what I'll do is coat it, go back to the other color, go back to the other type, and I'll just go back and forth until I get the effect that I want. Guys, okay, so I'm back. So this is the finished look. I just kind of put my hair up. Not a hair person, obviously, but I just kind of do whatever I can. What I did is I used Estee Lauder Amethyst lip gloss on my lips. I love these lip glosses. They're just the most perfect consistency, and I think they're really pretty. It's sheer, but I feel like the purple kind of goes with the cool purple tones of the eyes. And I also used a little bit of my Chanel bronzer just on my cheekbones. It's just a matte kind of medium toned bronzer. You don't have to use Chanel. I just happen to have this one. I just use it on the backs of the cheekbones just to give me a little more contour. I don't want to use too much because my face is already kind of skinny, and I find that if I contour too much, I just look skinny and old. So if anything, that's not my goal. And the blush I used was NARS Orgasm. I use label makers like mad because otherwise I would never find anything. But this is just a nice shimmery pink. I know that e.l.f. makes a very similar one. I haven't actually used it, but I've seen it. It looks very similar, and it's a fraction of the price. But if you have the budget, I think it's nice to buy, you know, a nice blush, and you just have one. You don't need 100. Buy one nice blush or one nice bronzer, whatever you get enjoyment from using. So yeah, that's the finished look. You can also dust over at the end if you need, if you're a little extra shiny with a little bit of powder. This is just my NYC powder. I just got it. I'm loving all these NYC color wheels. I got one in almost every color. They have blushers, bronzers, all these things. They're like $5, and they're so good. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Please visit my website, lucychambersmakeup.com, for any more information, or shoot me an email through YouTube, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.